Nigeria as a country, a lot of talent when it comes to sport because really we are blessed. All we need to do is to make sure we make use of those particular talents when it comes to this particular sector of life. Sport is really business and fitness, as we always advocate. We just need to take it in the right angle, just like other nations are doing. Welcoming you on Sport. That is 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. We'll be looking at some stories in the world of cycling, where Nigerian Cycling Federation of Nigeria right now, they've invited 35-man team for second African Track Championship that will be coming up in Abuja. Abuja will be hosting the world. 20 nations are expected to perform in this competition. We are expecting 20 countries, and they will be competing about 11 different categories of events. Good one there, coming from Cycling Federation of Nigeria. We have 35 Nigerians who are battle ready for this competition, and we are hoping that we can host and also win. Looking at the list of some of the male and female elite cyclists have been invited. From the male, we have the likes of John Gabriel, Bethel Okea, Kurotimi Abaka, Issa Momo, Bethel Vitalis, Mutiwa Aziz Akande. You have Shedrack Igubo, Odumo Kalama, and Tunde Bakare. Those are some of the male, and you have the female. Some of the female elite cyclists have been called upon also to come and participate. You have Ese Upeseraye champions there, to Brapa Grippa, Mary Samuel, Adejoke Drogbade, Grace Ayuba, Tawakaltu Yakin, Treasure Coxon, and you have Happiness Ernest. They are among the elite female cyclists expected to participate in that second African Track Championship slated for Abuja from July 14 to 17. It's going to be a big one because 20 nations are expected to participate in this competition, where they'll be competing for honors in 11 events, and we want to host and win. It's been a wonderful time for Mazari, that's the president of that particular federation. He's been doing a wonderful job, at least trying to promote cycling in Nigeria. Well, joining me to talk sport is Joseph Peter. Good to have you, Joseph.
Good to have you, sir. I was listening to you talk about cycling and the importance of sports and fitness. And cycling is another nice way of actually keeping fit when you take your bike. And it's good that there's a competition that it's being used to harness youths and their skills and actually develop the country and use cycling for national unity, because actually sport unifies and it helps reduce all these traits that we are seeing around. So it's a good thing, and I wish them the best, and I hope that they perform well. I hope that they prepare well so that they can perform well.
They've been in camp for a long time now, okay. And so that shows that really they are ready for this. And I love the fact that we have at least where we have a velodrome where they can actually do the competition. Nigeria is hosting cycling. This is one of the sports that you'll be like, wow, so we can actually host the world here. Seriously.
When I saw it, I was like, cycling? Then in my mind, I started playing where the whole competition is. It's like, I was like, oh, in this Abuja traffic and what, but then when I read it and I saw that we have a velodrome and maybe a track or something for cycling, I do not really know much about it, but I was okay, that's good. If I have the chance to go and see it, I'll actually go and see it.
That would be nice. It'd be nice for you to be there, because a lot of Nigerians who take cycling as just fun. It's really a sport that you can make a lot of money from, because there are competitions, there are teams in Europe, there are teams here in Nigeria who actually are making cool money. And now 35-man list has been released by the Cycling Federation of Nigeria to make sure we perform well. We are the host. It will be happening live in Abuja at the Velodrome at National, that is MK Abiola Stadium in Abuja, and we hope to host and win. Now, away from cycling, let's talk about Women African Cup of Nations. This time around, we look at the fixtures for this evening. Matches will be coming up, and we look at Tunisia versus Zambia. Although Tunisia are currently top in their group, you have Zambia, Togo versus Cameroon. That will be a big one there, because Tunisia, Zambia, Togo, Cameroon, we want to fight to finish to see who will stand there, who will actually do it the way Senegal and Morocco they've done it.
The game that is actually catching my attention more is this game between Togo and Cameroon. It's going to be tough, because Cameroon too, once upon a time, used to matter when it comes to women football, and I still believe that they do. So hopefully it entertains us the way we expect, and we get the best out of the game as expected.
And now, if you look at the indomitable Lionesses, as they will be playing their game against Togo, yeah, you know, in football, you don't underrate any team. They know what's at stake. And for Zambia also, they know what is at stake against Tunisia. Tunisia right now, they won their first game, and they'll be raring to go to see how they can also join Morocco, Senegal in quarterfinal. Do you think Zambia can escape the onslaught coming from Tunisia tonight?
Football is 11 against 11.
But at times, the 11 of this side can actually beat the 11 of this side.
That's what happens most of the time anyway. That's what happens most of the time. But it still comes down to 11 against 11.
The better
and tactics, 11. And then who wants it more? I feel like most times it's even your determination. How much
do you know we've seen at times we've seen a situation whereby a team plays better, but they couldn't win, and the teams play worse, and they actually won.
Exactly the definition I gave Nigeria again. That's what happened. We played better than South Africa.
Are you sure we played better?
I feel like we played better.
You only feel like.
I'm quite sure based on what I've seen. Based on what I've seen. So it actually happens. And sometimes you put in all your best, you give it your best, and you still don't get it. That's football, that's sports. Especially football, that's how it's always been. Now, is either Tunisia cements their place, or these people still create a chance for themselves. Either way is 50-50. Yes, one team is better than the other. It's always like that in football. But that does not assure you that the best team always wins in football. So let's just watch and see the outcome first.
Okay, from your at least analysis now, you're like, okay, it doesn't matter if Tunisia they won their first game. They just have to up their game because Zambia might just shock them. Same thing goes to Togo and Cameroon.
Cameroon, yeah.
Okay, we wait to see what's going to be happening between those four countries as they fight out tonight, at least fighting for who will win their second game and who will not. Togo, Cameroon, and Zambia versus Tunisia. Now, away from WAFCON, let's quickly look at MPFL. MPFL match day 37 and 38 will be played simultaneously coming from the league management company, and they know why, because they don't want anything that has to do with match fixing or thereabout. Everybody should play those games. All the Sundays, they will play the two games. They will make sure they start at the same time, and it will end at the same time across Nigeria. Well, match day 37, 38 is coming up, starting from this weekend. And as it is, Rivers United, Plateau United, they've been confirmed as the first and second. That's the winner, and the second runner-up right now, first runner-up, at least behind Rivers United. Good one for Plateau and Rivers, who are both qualified for CAF Champions League. And we are waiting to see what happens match day 37, match day 38 to determine who stays on third position and to see who relegates finally. Although MFM have been confirmed that they've relegated, but some will be joining them.
Yes, when I looked at the table of this season's NPFL, I was fascinated. I was fascinated because from the seventh in position, the seventh team, the seventh club down, any one of them can actually go down. If you look at their points, they are like 50. They're having like I think they're having 51 points. Yeah, I think they're having 51 points. As you can see, 51 points. Sunshine Stars, they are in the seventh position. 51 points. And then look at the drop, 45 points, which means it's 6 points different, which means the difference is 6 points. And now if you get to lose 2 matches, you could actually drop. And
somebody from Katsina, if they win 2 matches, they also have 51. They would
actually have 51 and actually go to 7th position. So it's quite fascinating. I didn't know how this happened, but it's good that the league management actually made sure that these last 2 matches will be played simultaneously. This is Nigeria. A lot of things can be arranged, but at least it will help curb it. With this even measure, I'm not too sure that some clubs have not met. Let's do this, let's do that.
Yeah, but it won't work because when you said this is Nigeria, just recently, 2 days ago, news came out that is this Sierra Leone now, where a team scored 91 goal, 91 nil, 95 nil,
and 95 nil. I was shocked.
Our one has not gotten to that level. We have not, at least, we've never had 95 nil in Nigeria.
We cannot go to that level.
Nigeria is not like that, seriously. But from the way it is, just as we were analyzing the table there, it shows that Katsina United, even from Katsina United with 45 points, if they are able to win the remaining 2 games, and they are and the other team from Aqua United, even Sunshine, if they lose the 2 games, the only thing that can save them is the fact that they have a 4 and a 1 goal difference, while Katsina -8. But if they win the 2 games, that will be plus for them. It will now be, but it depends on how many goals they score, and if they don't concede, that will be the only thing that can save them not of usurping Sunshine Stars and Aqua United. So from Sunshine 7th position down to 17th position is open, very, very open.
Very, very open, and everybody is at risk of dropping. And
I'm sure that's why they allow that thing to be simultaneously.
Yes, yes. And looking at the table from Dakar 19 to Katsina, any one of them can actually
still be saved.
Yeah, any one of them can actually
because they can still be saved because you look at 43, if they win the 2 remaining games, they have 49. They can still be saved there because if Kano Pillars, Katsina, Heartland, Shooting, up to Nasarawa United, up to Abia Warriors. You understand? It's still very open. It's very, very open. In fact, up to Gombe United, because if they have 6 points, that is Dakada, they have 6 points, they will have 49.
By my own analysis, I would say up to Sunshine Stars because the points is just 6. And the goal difference is not much for us. 4 is not much.
It's not much.
It's not much. 1 for Aqua is not much. So,
but the problem is, you look at the minus. Dakada -12, Heartland -16. I don't know how they will score 16 goals to cancel the minus there. So that's another problem that's actually affecting the likes of Heartland, Dakada, and also Katsina United. And for Lobby Stars, -10. -10. They need to win their games. If they remain like that, it's very disastrous.
It's very dangerous for Lobby. It is quite dangerous for Nasarawa too because they are
-8.
So they need to win their games and they must not concede.
Niger Tornadoes, Kano Pillars, -4.
Kano Pillars is my darling team.
Darling team is not really doing. They are not darling now.
Actually, I don't know what happened this season, but I know I actually have an idea what happened, but it will be corrected by God's grace. However, I believe Pillars will make it. Pillars relegated. It's just like you are saying.
You are so sure they can't.
You are saying Liverpool, Arsenal to relegate in the Premier League.
Are you so sure?
Because the Manchester United of the NPFL is Aimba. They will not relegate, right? But Pillars is like either Liverpool or the Arsenal.
Why don't you call Kano Pillars in Man U? Why do you call?
No, I'm being fair to myself.
No, don't be fair.
I'm trying not to lie to myself.
Why don't you call? Why are you calling Kano Pillars? Why don't you call? Why do you call Ayimba Man U? Why don't you call Kano Pillars Man U?
No, because they are not better than Ayimba when it comes to record and everything. I have to tell myself this.
What I'm saying is Ayimba should be rated as Man City in Nigerian football.
Man City is a small club.
Or Liverpool.
Excuse me and forgive me, but Man City is a small club.
They are not small. No, maybe they have not actually win that coveted trophy of champions. That's why you are calling them small.
It's not just that.
For the past how many years now? 5, 6, 7 years now. Man City have been very consistent in EPL, topping it and
they
winning.
have dominated the EPL for 7 years.
So because they have not won Champions League now, they are small.
More than 50 years.
Because they have not won Champions League, they are small. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. When you see Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal fans, they always want to believe that so far you have not won Champions League, you are small, right?
Yes, the truth is I'm an Arsenal fan and we've not won Champions League. But I look at the club by the size.
And look at you now. You are calling them small.
Yeah,
and you have not even won the Champions League.
I know when we play against Man City and win them 6-0. Man City.
And that was then, but you can't beat them 6-0 anymore.
Exactly, but it's
now it's their turn to beat you 6-0.
Fine, but they have not actually done it.
But you have not won Champions League too.
No problem. I have not won Champions, but I've won Europa.
So your team is also a small team.
No.
Why are you calling them?
Because
small?
I've won in Europe.
Oh my goodness, they've not won in Europe?
They've not.
What's the way to go? Just to throw some spice to sporting us, at least the way we've been talking in the studio concerning 360 Sport. We'll be giving you story concerning all those happening around the juicy world of sport. Now, let's look at another one. Well, a lot of issue here and there concerning transfer. Well, Newcastle United, as they call them, they play at the St. James Park. They want to do where the Magpies are moving ahead right now. They are ready to break transfer record for Bayern Leverkusen. Leverkusen winger Moussa Diaby. Moussa Diaby, very fantastic player. He has been with Bayern Leverkusen, but right now, Newcastle, the Magpies are trying to do what? They want to go for him, £60 million or not. They just have to. And if they don't cover that money, Bayern Leverkusen are not ready to do business.
They are the richest club in the world right now. They will cover the money. The problem is, the signings they've been making so far, are they the right signings? That is the question. I don't think this player they are trying to sign is fantastic. I'm not in any way playing him down. But they have Saint Maxim. Is better. Any day I'll pick Saint Maxim. They have other backups. Ayose Perez. Players like this other Mexican, I cannot really remember, I can't get his name now. Good Premier League proven players.
And they have the player they signed for 14 million, Joe Lenton or thereabout.
Joe Lenton, he hasn't really worked out, but when he became better, end of last season, he became better. So I think Newcastle needs to sit back, create a project. Stop trying to buy.
But they are not buying too much kind of the way Chelsea normally spend money. They are careful.
I understand. They are going by the size, I think, of their current position. They are not buying the best top players we know in Europe, but they are buying. But even at this level,
maybe they are trying to evolve. They don't want to just come bam like that. They want to just, okay, first season after the money came, we moved a bit from being a mid-table team to at least top 7 or top 6.
I understand.
From there, top 4.
I understand that, and it is a good move. But buy a player that is better than what you have.
That can actually get you closer to your aim.
Yes. The signings they have done, as far as I'm concerned, the outstanding one, beginning from January till now, is this man they brought from I think from Marcelo Lyon. There's a player they brought, I can't really remember. This is a South American that has been playing in their middle, and he has been good. But we'll wait and see if they sign Diaby and what he can bring. But I don't see sense in bringing Diaby when I have Saint Maxim.
And maybe they want competition for Maxim. At least, at times when you are alone doing something, if you don't have someone trying to push you a bit, your best may not actually come out. But when you have somebody who is there to always breathe down your neck, your best will actually come out and it will help the team.
It promotes healthy competition.
Good one there. Newcastle are ready to break transfer record for Moussa Diaby, who plays for Bayern Leverkusen. They are still talking about some transfer stories now. Is the in thing, and clubs are buying, they are selling, managers are moving, while some are getting sacked. Now we look at Chelsea winger Callum Hudson-Odoi and Everton's Anthony Gordon in Newcastle radar. They want to buy these two players. If they can, they will be happy to get Everton's Gordon and also Callum Hudson-Odoi. Odoi has been fantastic as a footballer, but in Chelsea, he has not gotten to that level that you can say, yes, this is an established Chelsea player.
2 seasons ago, Bayern Munich came knocking. And they wanted to even give him the number 10 JC, I remember. They offered him a good contract. Chelsea thought he was going to have a breakout season. We all thought, actually. I thought he was going to have a breakout season. And Chelsea defended it and refused to sell to Bayern Munich. Up till now, he hasn't really met the standards. He's a good player. You see a very, very fantastic footballer in there, popping out sometimes, but not consistent.
His case is like this former Newcastle, Liverpool player, this English player. He could not. You see that you have this talent, but it's not coming out.
It's not coming out.
It's kind of like somebody that doesn't really know, okay, can I do this? Is this what I want to do? Just
I think
a very talented player, but playing as a kind of an average player.
An average player. He's not an average player.
He's not,
but he's playing like an average player.
Exactly.
And I don't know if it's coaching or if it's personal, because sometimes it's the confidence. If I'm a footballer, I take the ball and I can beat 1, 2, 3, and I can repeat it. The problem is repeating it. If I can get to repeat it the first time, the second time, I would have confidence that I know I can actually do this. Now, my problem with Hudson-Odoi Hudson-Odoi can actually do it, but he never, he doesn't dare it. I feel like he doesn't dare it. All the time he takes the ball, that confidence you see in a footballer when I know I can actually do it, that thing is always missing.
It shrinks off.
Yeah,
you don't see it anymore.
He just used to I don't know. He just used to shrink and become small. And he's not actually small. He's got skills because there are matches where he will just wow you, and you would think the next match you have Hudson-Odoi, and then he would.
Now, if you compare him and Tammy Abraham was like that, but Abraham peaked and started believing himself, and now he's becoming a very big player. Look at him over there in AS Roma.
Abraham has proven every other person at Chelsea wrong by what he's doing now, what he has done last season, what he's doing, what he will do. I believe he will do more. And I believe Abraham would be a 70, 80 million naira striker in the near future. And he would probably leave Roma and come back to England. He has proven people wrong, and that is what Hudson-Odoi needs to do. He needs to shake off all these small injuries and play football. And tell himself that he can actually do this, because he actually is that good. He's very good. If you see Bayern Munich coming for a player,
they know what is in that player.
They have never gone for a player. How many signings have Bayern done that you would say this signing really didn't turn out? That became a flop.
That's one thing you have to respect German teams for, because when they come for a player, any club that wants to buy that player will pay more money because they know how to pick the best of the best players. Exactly. Look at all the players that they chipped out from German Bundesliga. They are always outstanding players.
Exactly. That is the thing with Germany. Their scouting is good. And they buy players cheaply. 2 seasons and they will start. Look at what Dortmund is doing.
Borussia Dortmund.
Look at what they did with. They started with Mario Götze, sold it at high price to Bayern Munich. They did it with. They've done it with Haaland. I've seen that. They're about to do it with Karim Adeyemi. Watch out for that boy. So they are good with that. Leipzig are also good
with that too. Yeah.
So
now the same thing. Bayern. You see players going there and they are so achieving because of the belief. Well, we've been looking at transfer stories. If it's possible that Chelsea, Callum Odoi will be joining Newcastle, and Anthony Gordon too will be joining him. Well, we'll just wait to see what's going to be happening concerning that now. Still talking about transfer. PSG new manager in the person of Christophe Galtier right now said, well, he wants Neymar to stay. News came out that Neymar could be wanting to move away from France, but now he says, stay. We want you to stay in this club. Let's see what you can offer. I have a plan for you coming from Galtier.
Neymar is a very, very good footballer. The only problem is his nightlife. That's his problem. And how much he wants it. I feel like he's just satisfied. I know I can play football, I'm good, and I can do whatever I like. Even on the pitch, look at his body language. I'll take the ball. I don't care how many are you. If you have 3 or 4, I'll face you, I'll dribble pass, and I'll go. He's that confident.
Confidence, very confident.
But he gets ahead of himself all the time. Like, too much of everything they say is bad. A lot of times you need to let go of the ball. And then he needs to, I don't know if he can actually be that because he's actually going out of his peak, but I would have said he needs to be humble. He's not humble. That he has been the sole problem of PSG, despite his contribution on the pitch. He has been the problem. Off-pitch problems actually affect footballers on the pitch. So that's the problem. But if I doubt, because when I saw this signing, I had my doubts. Like, this coach, for these stars again, is it not like a cycle you guys are repeating? But then the man has won things against PSG. He's an elderly coach. So I hope respect comes in, because that's the only problem they have. If they can, work together as a team, PSG will win the Champions League, which is the target. It
is very possible that if Neymar stays, according to Galtier, let's see if he can offer him that particular changing of attitude for Neymar there, for him to actually show his best in the world of football. And the last one on the log is the fact that Ajax offers Tottenham Hotspur £28 million for Dutch winger Steven Bergwijn. Right now, well, Bergwijn has been a player that Ajax have been eyeing, although he's from their country, so they want him back home. And Tottenham Hotspur are saying, well, £28 million, that's the amount you are offering. Maybe they'll be asking for more, but it's possible that he could be going back home.
It's possible for him to go back home. The exodus that is happening at Ajax is quite much. Their players are leaving or planning to leave, and they are trying to beef up their own squad. Their coach has left, and when the coach left, a lot of players that played under him are actually leaving. So it's a good one for Bedouin because Tottenham just signed Richard Lisson, and their son, and there are a lot of players actually play the wing now. So it's a good one for him. It will be a good thing for him.
They can do without him.
Yeah, they can do without him. So it will be a good thing so that he doesn't sit there and sit on the bench. He doesn't stay and sit on the bench. Let him go back home where he started. Ajax is a big team. We all know that. And that's what happened with, I think, this guy that Dortmund just signed from Ajax. That striker. He was at England. He wasn't really doing
so well until he moved.
Then until he moved to Ajax, and look at, he had a good season, and now he's at Borussia Dortmund. So I believe he can go back there and also do well.
That would be a wonderful one coming from Joseph Peters. We want to appreciate your time with us on 360 Sports.
Thank you, sir.
Good one there. Sport is always business and fitness, and we also want to appreciate the fact that you've been watching 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.